dedicated to serving our community, a prosecutor who fights to protect our children and our community from violent criminals, an experienced trial attorney who knows the inside of a courtroom more than the inside of an office. Jonathan Miller has the right kind of experience to serve as common pleas judge for Lawrence County. On Tuesday, May 20th, vote Jonathan Miller for Lawrence County Judge.
We help put Newcastle on the map as the hot dog capital of the world. Visit our store, place an order for pickup at mpconeyisland.com, delivery with DoorDash, or find the grocery store near you with our chili locator on our website. Want to own your own MP Coney Island? Now you can with our franchise system. At MP Coney Island, it's all about the chili.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Pickleball Paddle Talk. My name is Mike SAAD. I'll be your host this afternoon. I'd like to welcome in Justin Elhams, Travis Kelly, We're live here at Ascent Pickleball in Newcastle, PA. Just wanted to go over some stuff with you guys, find out a little bit more about Ascent for those people that don't know at home. You guys can fist fight over who's going first or when you guys are talking, but tell us a little bit about Ascent, where you guys are located, hours, and just a little bit about the facility.
I'll let Travis have it.
Okay, yeah. So, at Ascent Pickleball here, we're located in Newcastle, Pennsylvania. On the pickleball side, we're open from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day, 7 days a week. And we do have a full bar restaurant called Golden Pickle Sports Bar. And that's open 11 a.m. to 10 p.m., sometimes even later, every day as well. So we have 6 indoor courts. Big feature, we have electronic scoring, which is definitely new to the area. We have instant replay functionality. And because we have a camera at every court. And the big thing too is the quality of the courts. We have lake-hold courts. It's the same product that they use at the US Open for tennis. So people really are liking the quality of the play as well. Yeah, just kind of a broad overview.
Josh, anything to add?
No, I think he hit the nail on the head. We're proud that it's in Newcastle. It's growing up in Newcastle. We've always talked about adding things to do, and it's definitely a great recreational and social thing to do for Newcastle. And we get a lot of people that come an hour and a half away to come play at our facility. So we're really pleased and proud of what we've started and how we continue to grow.
So, going back to what you just mentioned there, that you're proud that people are coming from far away. Talk to the viewers a little bit about different things that you guys are doing to get players to come from that far away.
Yeah, so players go to pickleball facilities for a lot of different reasons. The one being the quality of the courts. So what a lot of players outside of our area, we'll say down south especially, and in big metro areas, facilities like this exist in metro areas. So for a facility like this with these designated courts to be in Newcastle is very rare because it's very expensive to do. And so mostly the metro areas are the ones that have populations big enough to sustain it. And so we've all kind of grown up playing pickleball here at the YMCA's, rec centers with tile floors, hardwood floors. And so as we've grown, people know that, like, hey, if I want to go play in a legit pickleball facility and check out what it's like, they come here. And as that's kind of grown as well, we have different play sessions that you're probably not going to find at a rec center, where you can sign up for a certain skill level and play at your skill level. Or we have different types of events where you just split partners and move up and split partners and move down, instead of just, hey, it's open play, go randomly play for 3 hours with these 20 people.
Right.
So the quality of the courts is a lot higher, and we can have actual programming because we can offer it way more than most rec centers can do it like 1 day a week, because they have other programming going on. So we can really specialize the programming that we offer to pickleball players of all skills. So
Excellent. Trev, talk to the viewers a little bit about some of the different membership options. Do you have to be a member to come here and eat? Do you have to be a member to come here and play? So maybe you could touch on a couple of those things for us.
Yeah, so when it comes to memberships, kind of the biggest point is you do not have to be a member. You do not have to have a membership to play here. You do not have to have a membership for Golden Pickle Sports Bar. It's open to everybody, and we're always going to be that way. But we do have various membership options. So our most popular is the Ascent membership that comes with 16 open plays included with your membership each month. And so an open play session, kind of what Justin touched on, it's a 2, sometimes 3 hour session that is structured based on skill level, based on different styles, like an up-down split. So that's our most popular, is the Ascent membership. And then we have the Summit membership that's more based around private court rental. So if you have your specific group of people that you like to play with and you want to reserve your own court, we have a membership for that as well that basically has 8 hours of court rental included with your membership each month. And then probably our third most popular would be our couples membership. That comes with 20 open play sessions per month, split between you and your spouse. And we also have a youth membership, a student membership that has discounts on it as well. And we're constantly evaluating and reevaluating our membership structures and kind of getting that feedback on what we need to change. Do we need to add certain types of memberships based on people's circumstances? So, yeah, we kind of have something for everybody, even corporate memberships.
Okay. So I'm new to the sport. Justin's been doing it for a little while. So talk a little bit, if you would, because I am so new to the viewers, maybe about the Dupers and the different tournaments that you're running, fairly often. Some of the learn to play clinics and stuff.
Yeah. So kind of as I discussed a little bit ago as to why players travel here. One of the big things that a lot of pickleball players care about is playing other players at their skill level. Pickleball is different. I don't have a great analogy for it because I used basketball as an analogy. Imagine you had 4 NBA players on a basketball team and then me, right? They could just not pass it to me, right? I don't have to ruin their game. Where it's seen in pickleball, whereas if you have 3 really good players and then a novice, it's really hard to not have that novice be involved, right? The ball's going to get to them, the court is small, and so they can potentially ruin points, right? And so that's the general thought of players wanting to play at their own skill level is, to them, having nice competitive points is what is fun, right? And so there's a rating system in pickleball called Duper, and Duper, you play in these events, and it takes my rating into account, and if you were my partner, it knows you're a novice, and we're playing Travis and his partner. Depending on our score, our ratings would go up based on our results or down based on our results. And it has this algorithm that the more recent you play, the heavier weighted your result is. And so we do these Duper events to help our members here understand what their accurate ratings are. And that helps our play sessions here, but it also helps with players that are going to travel. So, especially in Western Pennsylvania, a lot of people go to Florida for the winter. Pickleball in Florida is like Mecca pickleball, right? And so anywhere you go in Florida, any of the legit facilities, you're going to have to prove your rating to play on certain courts. So if you go to where the U.S. Open has their pickleball center, there's 62 courts there, which is pretty crazy to think about. But they have a 4-0 bank of courts, a 3-5 bank of courts, a 3-0 bank of courts. And if you want to play on a certain level of courts, you need to prove that you actually belong there. And so we're not to that extent here, but it's very cool for the Duper rating because it is universal. So you could go with your 3.67 rating and say, hey, I have a Duper, it's 3.6, and it's
It's a little bit higher.
it's I don't know about that, but
Right, Trav, tell them.
but it's nice because it's supposed to be universal. So in theory, you should be able to go wherever you want, and that is your skill level, right? And so that helps us generate a buy-in as well from even the newer players. We saw some newer players doing a Duper event this weekend. People want to see where they fit in on the on the spectrum of skill levels. So the Duper events are fun and important, and we do free learn to play every other Saturday. Just to get newer players in the door, understanding the rules, understanding the game. It can be intimidating. Like, I like this view that we have in the podcast right now. You can see all the players out there. Imagine someone just walked in and never played pickleball before. They'd be like, oh God, like where do I even start, right? And so there's that barrier to entry that can be a little bit intimidating to people. So that free learn to play, just the goal is to get people feeling as comfortable as possible. So when they do want to come play, they're not freaked out a little bit by how big the facility is and how many people are here, and they know the rules and all that good stuff. So making them feel comfortable when they come in.
And just to throw a couple things out too, just my take on it, because I am new to pickleball. I'm obviously new to Ascent. You guys have been open 4 months now?
Just under, yeah.
Yeah. In general, I might be a tad bit addicted to the sport, but so I talk about it quite a bit. it's such a welcoming sport. You know, you get people from every different age group, and everybody just welcomes you, and especially here at Ascent. I know from the time you guys open your doors, unfortunately, you're probably a little bit tired of seeing me some days. Not you, Travis.
Never.
Justin probably gets tired.
Oh, for sure.
But yeah, for people that want to try it, this is, I mean, you can't ask for anything more than this facility, a free learn every other Saturday. So, you know, if you're curious about it, or if you've maybe played in the backyard or on a basketball court at your buddy's house type of thing, which so many people tell me all the time, I would highly recommend, you know, getting in touch with Ascent and getting signed up for one of their Learn to Play clinics. They're free. They'll give you the paddles here, right?
Yep, we have them. Yep. And to your point there too, like with the whole welcoming aspect, that is the case in general with pickleball, but it also depends on what's going on. So if you went to the courts on a random Saturday and you saw 4 people playing in a pickleball game, they may not ask you to play, right?
Right.
But if you saw 20 people, they may ask you to play. And so that's what's important for us here, is that we have our different play sessions. We have our skill level play sessions, and we have traditional open play sessions, right? And so if you're one of those players that wants to play at your skill level, you can do that, right? And if you're completely okay, you want to socialize, you want to meet new people, and you don't care who you play with, then we have a play session for you as well, right? And so those are a little bit more welcoming, because that play session is for all skill levels, and players know what to expect when they sign up for that play session, right? So, yeah, we're glad that you feel welcomed by most of the people at the table.
By most of the people, and occasionally even you, Justin.
Occasionally,
Sometimes.
Trevor, we were starting to talk about, when I was talking about the open plays, you guys, you know, will let the new players try different paddles and, you know, find out what kind of paddle they like on top of learning the game. Tell us a little bit more about what else you guys have up in the pro shop.
Oh, absolutely. So we have, at least 4 or 5 plus different brands of paddles that we have. But we have everything from apparel, shorts. We have the skirts for the ladies. We have everything, you know, cleaning blocks for your paddles, over grips. Trying to think, what else am I missing? Bags. We have really nice Selkirk bags that are popular. And we're going to be growing that. We're going to be getting some glasses in. People are wearing more and more safety glasses in the sport of pickleball. And we're just going to keep adding to it, you know, depending on what people want. So the pro shop is definitely not an afterthought for us. You know, we really put a lot of thought. Justin does a great job as far as, you know, the different brands of paddles and what's important to have in a pro shop. What are players looking for? We added shoes, so we have Skechers, we have Diadem shoes, and especially for this area, I don't know where else you can buy Diadem or Skechers pickleball specific shoes in this area, and we have a place you can try them on, so that's definitely unique to the area as well, and something that we are happy to provide.
Good.
It's generally unique to pickleball in general. What's nice about the pro shop here is the way the paddle sales in pickleball work generally are a couple ways, right? You see your favorite pros using them. You're like, oh gosh, Tyson McGuffin's using this paddle. I'm going to go buy it, right? Ben John's using this paddle. I'm going to go buy it. That's the first thing, right? You've never tried it out. You go buy it. And then all of a sudden you find out, oh, wait a minute, I can't handle this paddle, or I don't like this paddle. So that's one way that paddles get bought. The other way is companies have ambassadors. They have reps, right? So you have sales reps that say, oh yeah, here, try this paddle. I'll give you 20% off. Does that mean it's really the right paddle for you, or are they trying to sell it to you, right? And so those are generally the 2 ways that paddles get sold. Online without trying it, or a rep trying to sell you their company, right? And so what we have here, I am not repped. So the companies that we have demos of every single one of them, so you can try it out and pick the one that works for you and it fits, right? And so that to me is where pickleball is actually lagging behind a little bit of these pro shops and these programs, where you can try multiple companies of paddles at the same time, and not just having reps trying to sell you their brand of paddle, even though it may not be the right one for you. So I think that's really important that we have that to offer here.
I like it. You touched on a little bit when you were throwing out Tyson's name and everything. For people that don't know anything about you, maybe new to the sport in general, Could you talk to viewers a little bit about your history, your background, where you came from, where you were, where you are, all
Sure.
that stuff?
Yeah, so I'm born and raised in Neshannock. Played tennis in Neshannock. I was a good tennis player, not a fantastic tennis player. Found out about pickleball when I went to Slippery Rock University. They taught us pickleball in the PE program. My major's in PE, to teach to kids. This was back in 2011, before pickleball really exploded. And so, fast forwarding a couple years, when I got hired at the Newcastle Y, our programming in the evenings was a little slower than I'd like. So I was like, let's start some new programs. And I was just like, pickleball is kind of fun in college. And so I was like, maybe people will like pickleball. And so we did pickleball in the downtown gym one night. It was like in 2013. It was a long time ago. And I'll never forget, we had 4 ladies show up our first night. One of them was still a member here. And the next week was 6, and then 8, and then 10, and 12. And so it just kind of, organically exploded because of how fun pickleball is and how social it is. And I actually didn't play it for the first couple years that we had it, because we had so many people playing it. I was an employee. And so some of them found out that I had a tennis background, and they said, "Oh, Justin, come play. You'll love it." I was like, "No, we have 20 members sitting out right now. I would feel bad if I was to go play, right?" And so, fast forwarding a couple years, I was actually at the Y for a couple years until I moved up to the Y zone, and we kind of moved the pickleball program to the Y zone, and we had 3 more courts, and it grew again. And we ran this Thursday night ladder at the Y, and there was like 75 people in it. So we have 50 people sitting out at any given time.
Wow.
And so one night, someone was like, "Justin, you should play with us." I was like, "All right, what's 51?" Right? And so played and got good, and kind of fell in love with it. And I stopped playing all my other sports because I played pickleball so much. And then kind of refound my passion in teaching, and started teaching pickleball lessons. And just kind of grew organically from there. Went, taught across the country, taught some level up pickleball camps, and then moved to Boca Raton and taught at a country club in Boca Raton. And my wife and I decided we want to move back to town, so here we are. Came to join the Ascent family and get to see Mike every single night of the week. What a great decision it has been.
It is, and I appreciate you saying that. I was going to get to if you had any favorite students that you taught lessons to, but I think that you just answered that. In your last statement there, for sure.
You can never verbalize your favorites.
You
know?
did.
It's like a kid.
Well,
I
you
just
did
said
doing it.
I have the pleasure of seeing you.
And we all know where that, Travis, we know where that was going.
Among all of the
I
other.
know that you love all your members, but
Yeah,
there has to be a number one, and
Yeah.
I'm assuming.
Well, your wife is number 1 for sure.
Not-
You're somewhere under
Not
that.
more than me.
He's somewhere under that one.
I don't know.
It's like a little
It is.
family here. You guys will see. I'm telling you, come out here, you'll get hooked. It's a lot of fun, and I do. I spend quite a bit of time here, and I enjoy it quite thoroughly. Travis, talk to me a little bit about any future plans for any growth. Is what we see, is that the plans for now? You guys have any potential growth, expansion you guys may be looking to do in the future at all?
Yeah.
With the facility?
No, absolutely. So the biggest thing is by this summer, we're going to have 5 or 6 outdoor courts. That's
Okay.
kind of the biggest project, almost like our phase 2. So we have the 6 indoor courts, and we're actively planning. They're doing some of the grading work right now, some of the drainage work out back. So yeah, 5 or 6 outdoor courts, and we're going to have fire pits. We're going to have lounge areas. We're going to make a whole experience outside, and it's going to be relaxing and for a space for both pickleball and non-pickleball players, just to come and hang out. As Justin touched on earlier, I also grew up in this area, and it's kind of hard to find places where you can go to just hang out. And so for me, it's important that we kind of build that atmosphere that both pickleball players and non-pickleball players can come and feel welcomed and hang out. So we're real excited about that outdoor project. We're going to be able to do a lot more with programming and accommodate a lot more people with those outdoor courts.
You'll be doubling the amount of courts, right? You're expecting hopefully 6 out there and obviously 6 in here?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the plan. And same courts that we use inside. And so that's definitely, kind of the phase 2 of growth. We just had a meeting earlier our open play sessions are really exploding and doing well, and we just need more courts. We're getting to that point where we need more courts. So we're very excited about that. And then long term, very long term, we do, have our dreams of, having another location. So we don't know where that would be yet. We have some rough ideas, but that's kind of far down the pipe.
That's going to make it more difficult on me trying to decide how far I'm going to have to travel to play then.
Even though you're about 30 seconds that way.
Yeah, but if Justin's always here, I might have to travel to the other location. That way I can have a little bit of...
I'll leave this one behind. I'll go to the other one. We'll call this one the Mike SAAD Memorial location.
Oh, Justin, back to you. Once again, going back to what I said a little bit ago, being very new to the sport, what kind of advice or what kind of, I guess maybe advice or input could you give to people that are thinking about playing that, haven't played, because that's one of the great things about this. You see teenagers out here in the courts, you see people in their 70s and 80s.
Yeah.
So people that may feel intimidated to come try it or, help me out here.
Yeah, that you kind of nailed it on the head there. The goal would be just, the biggest growth demographic in pickleball right now is age 19 to 35, which is hard to believe if you talk about pickleball a couple years ago, before it hit mainstream media, everyone's like, pickleball's for old people, right? And so now it's interesting because we'll see some people over the age of, let's say, 55 or 60 might be a little bit intimidated because there's a bunch of young people here now, right? And they're like, oh, I can't play with them. Well, yeah, sure you can, right? And so it's just having the understanding that it is for literally all skill levels. That's the beauty of it is you can have novice players and expert players alike all playing and having fun, and there's a group here for you, right? No matter how quickly you get good or how long it takes you to get good or if you don't get good, there's always a group there for you that you can play with. And so that's the first thing that I would tell people is that when you do come by yourself, you can't play by yourself. You can't, right? That's what's always we always thought was tough at the YMCA is when you go to work out, if you're a new member, you see all that gym equipment and you're like, I don't know how that works. And so a lot of times joining the fitness classes helped because you're in that group setting. It's a little bit more welcoming. You have to do that in pickleball, right? So you immediately start getting a group of friends because that's who you play with. You can't play pickleball by yourself. So we're welcoming with open arms. Most pickleball players do. So try to suck up those fears and just make the step, and you'll fall in love with it just like we all did.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're kind of proud to say that we have everyone from 14 years of age to 84 that play here.
Yeah.
Right.
And they're all good.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what age you are. The gentleman here that's 84, he's incredible.
He's really good.
He's a great player.
Yeah, he's probably. I think he's better than you.
Yeah.
Most people are.
Well, that's a really good example. I mean, you look at Mike. You're what, 42?
Thank you.
Yeah, 40. We'll say Mike's 42.
47.
47.
I
so
look very young, and I act a lot younger than
Yeah.
that, so we'll stick with 42.
So yeah, the guy's almost twice his age, and he could still beat him in pickleball. So that's pretty cool. That Mike would lose to an 84-year-old man. It goes to show anyone that's a little bit nervous, like as long as you feel like your coordination is comparable to Mike's, you'll be fine.
Well, and we somewhat touched on it earlier with the free learn to play clinics that we have every other Saturday, but Justin has done an amazing job of creating a roadmap for those beginner players. So your journey doesn't end at the free learn to play clinic. We have novice 3.0 sessions. We have road to 3.0 sessions. So we have this whole path on how to build as a player. Mm-hmm. And so that's something that we're pretty proud of too.
So let me get this right. He was attacking me verbally, and then you started speaking. I was like, oh, my buddy Travis is going to have my back. And then you praised him as a follow-up to him picking on me.
Yep. He knows what's
We
up.
don't need to circle back to that.
Yeah. So like right now, going on right here behind us, this is a novice 3.0 play session. And so there's 6 courts right now going on. There's a 4.0 level session going on, which we considered advanced play. And I think there's a traditional open play session, which is mixed all skill levels. And I have a clinic actually starting here in 3 minutes, which is a Road to 4.0 clinic. To Travis's point, we have clinics that like, all right, if you're playing in that certain skill session, we're going to give you the skills that you need to move on up to play in the next one. So we do that for every skill level as well. So if people are serious in moving up in their skill sessions, they take the clinic and we give you all the skills and tools that you need. So it's pretty cool.
Excellent. We'll let you get out of here
Yep.
another minute or so. I just want to finish up with one more thing, then we can wrap it up so Justin can go pick on someone else. Before we go, talk a little bit briefly about Golden Pickle, if you would.
Yeah, so Golden Pickle Sports Bar, located inside the same building, right? I mean, that's kind of the biggest thing. Is like people are asking, well, where's Golden Pickle? It's in the same building with the courts. We have a full menu, food items, everything from wraps, paninis, flatbreads, salads, and we do have alcohol. We have a full liquor license as well. And something that, given the typical crowd that we have of pickleball players, they're active people. And so our menu kind of reflects that with the flatbreads, the wraps, salads, and we also, from a kitchen perspective, we don't cook with grease, which is kind of new and something unique. So our food comes out a little bit more healthier. It's not drenched in grease. I mean, you like the wings, right?
I
wings
do.
come out of the
The
oven.
food's great. You wouldn't even know
That's-
that you wouldn't know that it wasn't.
I mean, I make them the best for you.
You do? Oh gosh, wait a second. She might be watching this at some point. It's all good. Everyone that cooks here is excellent.
She's not watching right now, but if she watches the replay, you're in
Yeah,
trouble.
she might be.
And another highlight with Golden Pickle is our self-pour beer taps, which is definitely unique to the area. I think the closest one is in Youngstown. So we have 8 self-pour beer taps, which is exactly how it sounds. So you start a tab with your bartender, you get a little RFID card, and you go over whatever beer you want. There's a digital screen that shows you what the beer is, gives you a description of it, and you just tap your card, pour as much or as little as you want. And which is great for the pickleball players because in between games,
Right, come have a little
we have
pour.
players come up,
Right.
they pour themselves, maybe a half glass, have that, go back on the court play,
Right.
and in between games come back and do it. So, we're definitely proud about that. That's really gaining traction, and people seem to really like the self-pour.
Excellent. Good. We're going to let Justin get out of here. I appreciate everyone tuning in. Thanks to Travis. Thanks to Justin. As someone who is
Absolutely.
not an employee of Ascent, I will tell you, I love it. I highly recommend you come check it out. Stop in and have lunch or dinner, casually walk around the first time if you're not comfortable playing, but I can promise you from day one, they're going to make you feel welcome just like they did with me and everyone else here. So come check them out. I want to say Lawrence Village Plaza. Are we still calling it that, or what are we?
Shenango Commons.
Thank you.
Shenango Commons.
Shenango Commons
Yep.
Plaza out here in Shenango. So thanks again for tuning in. Thank you guys for having us and for allowing us to do this.
Yeah, thank you, Mike.
Absolutely.
Thanks,
you.
guys.
We all know there's an advantage to being the home team, to playing at home. And at LGKG, we have been your home team for over 90 years.
We're more than just a law firm. We're your friends, your neighbors, an advocate when life takes an unexpected turn.
We're not just lawyers that practice law. We live in this community, just like you.
When you need us most, we're at our best.
a career dedicated to serving our community, a prosecutor who fights to protect our children and our community from violent criminals, an experienced trial attorney who knows the inside of a courtroom more than the inside of an office. Jonathan Miller has the right kind of experience to serve as common pleas judge for Lawrence County. On Tuesday, May 20th, vote Jonathan Miller for Lawrence County Judge.